The other day, I had the opportunity to speak with the member from Carleton, Mississippi Mills about this bill, and I can say that, with confidence, that he has the right intention with bringing this motion forward. There are serious concerns with the OSPCA's current ability to enforce animal cruelty legislation, and to be honest, the penalties are not strong enough for those who violate the Act. The problem is that the weakness lies not with the OSPCA, who receive very limited government funding to enforce this Act. Nowhere is this more apparent than in my riding, where there is I believe about one agent in the region, stretching from Thunder Bay all the way to the Manitoba border. It's about 400 linear kilometers. And I'm wondering, how is it possible that one or maybe even two agents can reasonably be expected to investigate acts that are spanning this vast geography? This is also assuming that animals are only neglected or abused along the Trans-Canada corridor, which we all know isn't the case. There are many, many communities that don't lie along this corridor, and in fact, these communities are sprawled across the nearly 300,000 square kilometers. But passing responsibility onto the local police isn't the answer either, because I have concerns about the priority that these complaints have with police and the costs that are associated, as municipalities are already cash-strapped and they're struggling to pay their current policing costs, never mind additional costs. The fact that enforcement of animal cruelty laws and education and the prevention of animal cruelty is not managed by the government speaks to its priority, and that is unfortunate. It is shameful that, to this point, government has chosen to absolve itself of responsibility by handing it to a third party, a charity without stable, guaranteed funding at that. I would argue that the penalties for those caught abusing animals do not go far enough, but I can appreciate the concerns raised by the public about the lack of accountability and oversight of having these complaints managed by a third party and a charitable organization at that. That's why, despite my concerns, I've decided to support this bill and to send it to committee. Let me be clear that if this bill comes forward without any amendments, I will have to vote against the bill on its third and final reading. But that said, I think we need a forum where we can discuss the major shortcomings of animal cruelty legislation, and sending this bill to committee may provide us with that forum and give a voice to those who don't have voices. I want to thank the member from Carleton, Mississippi Mills for highlighting some of the very serious shortcomings of this Act as it exists now, and I will vote in favor, as I said, in hopes of bringing greater awareness to the serious challenges that the OSPCA Act and other animal welfare agencies face in Ontario today.